One of the things we have to be able to do when solving similar triangles and similar polygons is solve proportions. The reason that is because the sides of similar polygons and similar triangles are not congruent to each other, but they are proportional to each other, meaning they are increased or decreased by the same exact scale factor. So with that in mind, it creates proportions, and we need to learn how to solve proportions. So to solve proportions, we use a technique that we call cross multiplication. Now remember, the people who name things in math are not creative people. Why do we call it cross multiplication? Well, because you have to multiply across from each other. So what we have here with cross multiplication is you have to multiply the denominator of one by the numerator of the other. So if I cross multiply here, I have to take the 10 up top on the left by the 10 on the bottom on the right, and then I have to do the same thing here. These are called the cross products. So if I multiply these, it doesn't matter which one I put first, but I usually like to put my variable first. So 8 times n I know is 8n, and 10 times 10 gets me 100. Well, now that turns into a regular equation that I've solved dozens of times before. I just have to get n by itself. And to do that, I take 8 and divide it out of both sides, and n equals 12.5 for my answer for n. Okay, great. Let's try another one over here. So I've got 4 thirds equals 8 over x. So I use my cross products. I cross multiply 4 times x and 3 times 8. 4 times x is 4x. 3 times 8 gets me 24. To solve, I have to get that 4 out of there. And when I divide, I get x equals 6. Okay. Okay, so now let's try another one. Let's get a little bit tougher here. All right, so now they've thrown a different expression at you. Instead of just one variable on the bottom or the top of one, now they give you the variable hidden inside of an expression. Nothing changes as far as our original strategy. We have to use cross multiplication. So I cross multiply here 4 times 2, and I cross multiply here m minus 8 times 8. So when I do this, the thing I have to remember, though, is I'm not just multiplying the 8 times the m or the 8 times the negative 8. I'm multiplying 8 by everything. So this is going to be 8 times the entire expression, m minus 8, equals 4 times 2. If I clean this up by distributing, 8 times m is 8m, 8 times negative 8 is negative 64, and 4 times 2 gets me 8. Now it turns into an equation that I know how to solve because I've done it before. I have to get m by itself, so I add 64, 8m equals 72. I divide by 8 and divide by 8, and I get m equals 9. Last one here. They take this same concept again, they make it a little bit tougher on us. So we cross multiply again here and here. So I have to take 6 times the entire expression, 7n plus 9, equals 5 times 9 over here. So 6 times 7n using distributive property is 42n, and 6 times 9 is 54, equals 5 times 9, which is 45. To solve, I have to get my 54 out of there, so I have to subtract that over. Minus 54, minus 54. I get 42n, that equals 9, negative 9, excuse me. And I solve by dividing by 42 and dividing by 42. And in this case, I get n equals negative 9 over 42, which I believe I can divide a 3 out of the top and bottom. So that gets me, I'm running out of space here, it gets me negative 3 over 14. So my official answer, negative 3 over 14.